Have you ever put on a pair of longer shorts and thought, why does this outfit feel off? Not necessarily bad, not necessarily unflattering, just off. If you've ever had that experience, you're definitely not alone, because long shorts are actually one of the trickiest summer pieces to style well. And the reason has very little to do with your body. It usually comes down to proportion. Today I want to explain why long shorts can feel so challenging, what they're doing visually to the outfit, and a few simple adjustments that can make them look dramatically more balanced. Now, before we get into this, I want to clarify something. I'm not saying long shorts are bad. In fact, I think tailored Bermuda shorts can look incredibly chic. They're polished, they're practical, they're comfortable, and they're a great option for women who want a little more coverage in the summer. The problem is that many women buy the shorts, put them on, and then feel disappointed with the result. They assume the shorts aren't flattering on them, but oftentimes the shorts aren't actually the problem. It's the overall proportions of the outfit. So let's talk about what's happening visually. Most shorts create a fairly long leg line because they end higher on the thigh. Your eye continues downward through most of the leg. Long shorts work differently. Because they extend much farther down the thigh, they naturally occupy more visual space. In other words, they make the lower half of the body look visually longer and heavier than shorter shorts do. That means everything else in the outfit suddenly becomes much more important. When the proportions are balanced, long shorts can look sophisticated and modern. When the proportions aren't balanced, the outfit can start feeling heavy, boxy, or shortened. That's usually the moment women think something about this outfit doesn't look right. One of the biggest styling mistakes I see is pairing long shorts with long untucked tops. This is extremely common. You have long shorts, then you add a longer t-shirt or a longer button-down shirt or a relaxed tunic style top. Individually, none of those pieces are bad, but together they create a lot of visual length through the middle of the body. The eye loses track of where the waistline is. The silhouette becomes one long continuous shape. And oftentimes the legs start looking shorter in comparison. This is one reason some outfits feel a little shapeless even when all the individual pieces are nice. The outfit simply lacks visual structure. Another common issue is oversized layering. Now, I love relaxed silhouettes. I wear them myself. But with long shorts, you have to be a little more intentional. If you combine long shorts with an oversized cardigan, oversized button down, oversized blazer, or oversized sweater, you're adding even more visual volume and length. At that point, the outfit can start feeling weighed down. Again, it isn't because the pieces are wrong. It's because there isn't enough contrast. Everything is relaxed. Everything is loose. Everything is long. The eye doesn't really know where to focus. And when that happens, the outfit can lose shape. Footwear is another detail that often gets overlooked. Most women focus on the shorts, but shoes can completely change how long shorts look. Heavy footwear, chunky sandals, or shoes that visually cut across the ankle can sometimes shorten the appearance of the leg line even more, especially when combined with a longer short. The eye encounters another stopping point, another horizontal line, another visual break, and all of those little interruptions add up. This is why footwear often has a much bigger impact on proportions than people realize. So what tends to work better? The first thing is creating a clearer waistline. This doesn't mean that everything has to be tight. It doesn't mean you have to wear crop tops. And it definitely doesn't mean squeezing yourself into fitted clothing like I used to do. It simply means helping the eye recognize where your waist is. A front tuck, a fitted tank, a sleeveless knit, a belt, a shorter structured top. Any of those can help create visual definition. And once the waistline becomes visible again, the entire outfit often starts looking more balanced. The second thing that helps is creating cleaner vertical lines. This is one of the easiest ways to improve proportions. Instead of adding more horizontal breaks, think about creating a smoother visual flow, a monochromatic outfit, a tucked top, a structured layer that falls cleanly, a longer necklace. Simple vertical details that guide the eye up and down rather than stopping it every few inches. Those vertical lines create a sense of length and balance. And finally, think about allowing a little more visual leg length. This doesn't mean making your legs look 6 feet long. It simply means avoiding styling choices that unnecessarily shorten them. Sometimes that might be a sleeker sandal. Sometimes it's a shoe closer to your skin tone. Sometimes it's just making sure the eye can still recognize a clear waistline. Small adjustments often make a much bigger difference than buying completely different clothes. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from today's video. If long shorts have never felt quite right on you, don't automatically assume they're unflattering. The issue oftentimes is not the shorts themselves. It's the way they're interacting with the other pieces in the outfit. Because style is rarely about a single item. It's about how everything works together. The balance, the proportions, the visual weight. complete the overall architecture of the outfit. And once you start looking at clothing through that lens, shopping and getting dressed becomes much easier. If you've enjoyed this video and you like learning the why behind style, make sure to subscribe. I post weekly videos on body proportions, outfit balance, clean denim, and timeless style for women over 40. And I'd love to know in the comments, have long shorts been easy or difficult for you to style? I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.